are live. This is the Taubnernaut podcast. We just set this up and we're running low on time, so we're going to try and make this a short one. So you're asking me about... my... What are you taking a picture of? Why are you taking a picture of the screen?
Because we're on the screen, so it's a picture of us. So it's a picture of us. Yeah, but I'm trying to get you all in, but I can't. Okay, there we go. There's it. Yep, look at me.
I have no idea. Before we talk about the song, I'm talking about our setup. Okay,
yeah,
so
we were
most of our podcasts. There's just like in the beginning where like it's us sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
But now we have two. We have two cameras, web cameras, two from different angles, and so hopefully what you're seeing is switching from one camera to another. So this is the one on my right. Yeah. So right there, that's us.
Yep.
So.
Okay, Nathan. We have to go back to what we were talking about.
Oh, quick.
Can you tell me?
And now this is
on
the left.
Now?
That's Vinny's left. So yeah, now we can switch. I mean, we'll set it up there later on, but we'll figure something out.
Right.
So
but I really want to talk to you about this stuff, and we only have limited time.
Yeah. All right. So we want to talk. We want to talk about the.
What were we just talking about that I brought up?
We're talking about the. Before we started, you asked about the if the songs that I wrote about space are about anything.
Right. Yeah, that's a great question.
They're not. I mean, they're about what they're about. You know, it's like
exactly.
As far as there being some overarching story, there isn't one right now. But I mean, as I keep writing songs, there might be some type of Taubnernaut expanded universe.
And we also have the song. We also have the. The Taubnernaut poster or album cover for all our albums and our EP were astronauts, like doing various things in space, and like even in some shots, like an astronaut with a gun. You know, like, do you think the astronaut theme, the space theme, is something we have in every single album, or is it kind of only maybe the first album? And
actually, I think all of our albums, except for the first one, I think they all have like a space thing. There's always some type of like spaceman. Like, I kind of wish the spacemen would have more of like a military theme to them, because a lot of them are just like, you take like some type of NASA style space marine, or
right.
not space marine, NASA style astronaut, and like they give him a gun, and I would like a more like space marine style astronaut.
Well, that's gonna have to wait until we have a huge budget. But I'm not saying we're not gonna get it. This is my theory.
We need a huge budget. Like you next time we have a album cover, and you.
Oh, for the album cover, you're right. It's not gonna cost a lot at all.
What did you think I meant?
Well, what I was thinking was like if that becomes part of your stage act, you know.
Oh, you mean you want me to like dress like an astronaut?
It's if you're. I wouldn't ask you because I personally listen. I know Buckethead can do it, and a bunch of others can do it. They can play no matter what. They got a thing on their head, whatever, a costume. Think of Guar. Think of those guys having to play instruments in those costumes. So, yeah. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
It's hard to play an instrument in costume.
It depends on the costume.
And I always just feel like when I was playing guitar in when I was a teenager, I used to play guitar in these kids at a summer camp for their theater program. So I was in the pit orchestra, you know what I'm saying? The pit orchestra. And there was such a feeling of like, well, you need to behave yourself. This is a formal event, so it's hard to really get into the vibe until like halfway through the show. But you know what I mean? Like it's like this place does not have the vibe to bring me up to, par,
All right.
Do you not know anything I'm saying?
Not really. You talking about theater? Yeah, I never worked in the theater, man.
I know, man. Sometimes I don't make sense. But you should have cut me off earlier. Now I'm acting like an ass. No, seriously. Since the memory problem, I have periods where I do talk and don't make any sense. It's like aphasia. That band, Stonus, they had this album called aphasia, and aphasia is this disease where suddenly words just don't make sense to you. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm heading towards, folks.
All right.
But the writing has been awful. Remember how let me admit this. One time, I sent there was this song that I wrote, and I'm really proud of it, right? And I'm going to Nate's house so we can make it happen. And turns out that I'd done it 8 times already, right?
Yes.
Like I just kept forgetting that we had done it, and then recording it with him again. And so even on the 4th time, it was like, hey, dude, I got a good song. Let's just record it. But those are week apart intervals, so it's plenty of time for me to forget.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I still have them. They're like labeled. I think we're gonna make a string of singles.
Mm-hmm.
So they're labeled like single 3, single 4, single 6, so on and so forth.
Oh, actually, I didn't actually. Like, there's another way we can do it if you're open to it.
What?
Well,
this is being recorded, by the way. So, like, if we agree to this, I can pull up. We can pull up the record and be like, "Hey, man, you agree to this?"
I forgot what you were talking about.
Maybe it's for the best.
Yeah. Oh no, I had a great idea. So seriously, but maybe it'll never see the light of day again. That's what happens when you have aphasia. I don't really have aphasia. I have bad memory.
Let's see. We have a logo. I made a logo.
I love it.
I'm gonna edit, so it's gonna pop up on the screen. Possibly here, but at some point it's gonna pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll show you the new logo.
It's very simple, which is good.
Yeah, it's very simple because like I have a 3D printer.
And I love that TT thing,
Yeah, I have a 3D printer, so I wanted the symbol to be the logo to be simple enough where I can just like 3D print it in my 3D printer. And so I can make like inlays out of it. I'm sure I can do other things with it as well, but I can definitely make inlays out of it. And I don't know, maybe I can like make some type of like medallions with it as well.
Ooh, what do you mean by that? Like medallions is for the necklace?
Yeah, I don't know. We can make like a little necklace, like a Taubnernaut holy symbol or something like that.
Yeah, make it as cult-like as possible. You got to get all kinds of people.
Thing is, like, I like making like symbols and logos that are like. Apparently, I like them when they're like letter based. Because there's another project that I'm in called it's only me for now. It's called Jin Chessie's White Maiden. And so like I was figuring out like how can I make like a little short like logo or whatever for it. And then like I was just like, okay, so like I'll have the G on the side for Jin, and I'll have the C on the other side for Chechnya, and for like White Maiden, I'll have like the W and the M on top of each other in the middle. And so when I did that, the W and the M, they look like 2 X's. So I was like, oh, so I'll just have it says GXXC.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But with Taubnernaut, it starts with a T, ends with a T, right?
Starts with a T and ends with a T, and I
like
that.
So like when I was trying to make a logo for it, I was thinking about like making so the rest of the letters are cursive, and then I just have like 2 giant T's on the outside. And so the problem is like that was too complex to do from my 3D printer. Yeah, and it also didn't look that good either. So is that where are you? What are you doing?
Well, it doesn't matter.
So,
it does matter. I need a fucking cigarette, that's for sure. Well, anyway, I'm actually in the process of trying to gradually remove and in very small steps. Very small steps.
Maybe
I'm gonna quit
you
smoking.
should work on being more concise. That way, when you go to tell somebody something, you just tell them before you lose you forget what you're gonna say.
Listen, the truth is that I don't really think that, but the truth is that what were we talking about?
Do you see what I'm dealing with?
It is
Do
hard.
you see what I'm dealing with?
Imagine my wife. She's getting real.
Your
She's so
pretty wife. I could walk away. She's trapped here. You're the ball and chain in this relationship.
No.
Do you see what I'm talking about, America? Do you see what I'm talking about? These characters are such a good idea. I just look her right in the eye.
So what? Yeah, these are. How do you
look him right in the eye. Yeah, there we go.
And show that whatever he just said was bullshit. But
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So anyway, the way it came out the logo is that I went to this website.
Yeah.
I'll post a link and probably
just show the camera the logo on your phone.
I'm not gonna do that.
Because you want it to really be spicy.
It's gonna be green, whatever. But yeah, it'll be. I'll edit it into there. I do the editing, so I'm gonna edit it into it later on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I kept the idea of like having like the two T's.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a website I went to that like they have like royalty free fonts. And so
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I put this. Just a singular T instead of like the whole Taubnernaut word.
Mm-hmm.
I just used the single letter T, and I found what font it was, some futuristic font. I found that font. I put it into GIMP, which is like a free version. By the way, a lot of shit I use is free because I'm broke.
It's really.
I should make a video talking about how like
I'd love to.
Like how like
my
musicians.
IG.
Yeah, I should make a video about how like. If you want to make an album, how you can do so like on the cheap.
Yeah. You were always on the cheap. Even when we had better things, you kept going to the old things.
So anyway.
No, I mean, I was like, dude, we have this fucking pro microphone we could use. He's like, nah, I got this for $5 at a fucking lawn sale, and I'm gonna use it. And then, in fact, there's chewing gum on all over the wires and the boards, and I'm just gonna fucking go with it.
Anyway.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
I took the T, I copied it, and I flipped it.
Yep.
And when I flipped it, it just looked amazing. Right? Like the two T's on top of each other flipped, looked amazing. So I'm like, okay, that's a symbol.
Now, can I see it at least?
All right, yeah, I'll show it to you.
You don't have to show it to these people. But
pull it up real quick.
Because to me it is very reminiscent of another symbol, which you guys will find out when you do see it. Maybe you'll agree with me. But that I don't mind that because, well, I won't say anything.
Here's the two T's by itself.
Yes, this is actually very interesting because it reminds me of so many different things. Things as far apart as like a Japanese garden, and also as far apart as fucking like Ninja Turtles.
There's a symbol with on the Taubnernaut chip.
With the ship with the fucking CIA built fucking
CIA? What do you mean CIA? What's the CIA have to do with
I
this?
think there's something sketchy about this.
There's something sketchy about
Look
this?
at it. It looks like that black, like crazy type of jet they have. You know what I'm talking about? You must know that jet.
I have no idea what you're talking
You know
about.
the jet that our military has is all black. It's like a triangle. And
it's stealth bomber?
The stealth bomber, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. It does not look like that. You see what I'm dealing with, America? You see what I'm dealing with?
Why do you always deal with that? And why?
I don't know why.
Why is your comedy face like Gilbert Godfrey?
I find this way too funny.
His way is his ways with the camera is very Gilbert Godfrey. I was going to say with the teeth coming out. America.
America doesn't listen to this. I know America isn't listening. Okay? You see what I'm dealing with, Noah? You see what I'm dealing with?
Just ask the one person who's fucking listening to this. Yeah. Let's talk more about. I love talking about our process because we basically don't have a process. Our process is to sit in your basement, chain smoke cigarettes, tell each other jokes, and then go pick up our instruments and fucking play. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like that since the beginning. And in fact, when it was just me and you in the small one-man apartment that you had, even then we didn't fucking talk much about like, wait, it could be cooler, dude. Yeah.
Put the mic close to your mouth.
Right here. This fucker is right here. I could give this mic a blowjob. It's so close to my face.
I think what we should do is we should try to figure out a way to get headphone mics.
Okay.
Either headphone mics or like lapel mics.
Oh, headphone mics will look way cooler. People will like this.
I guess we'll look like gamers. We can like, hold on, let me pull this up. I'll pull up Steam.
We can. It's interesting. This room has this
Yeah,
vibe.
so we can add a video. We can add a camera that just like captures video games. The video games we're playing.
Oh.
If we decided to play video games.
So you mean we could play like Mario Brothers and put it on the
We don't have Mario Brothers on Steam. At least I don't have Mario Brothers.
So what is Steam? That sounds like a porno site.
You see what I'm dealing with? You see what I'm dealing with, Noah? No, it's,
we tried using
basically-
it and it never worked or anything.
Basically, there's this company called Valve. They made Half-Life. They made a bunch of other games, but Half-Life was the game they put on the map. And then like they came up with Steam, which is basically like this program you can download where it makes it a lot easier to buy games digitally. You know, instead of like having a game in a box.
Yeah.
You just go on Steam and then you just like, this game looks interesting, and you buy it and you download it.
So it's a virtual platform for gaming.
Yeah. And so I believe it cut down on piracy because like it just made it easier for people to buy games, and it's just
Because you just put it, you just download it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm not sure if it actually did cut down on piracy, but I think it just made it easier for people to buy games and to buy games legally.
Yeah.
So
Now
that's
you
it.
do some 3D gaming, don't you? And no, that's not it.
You mean VR?
That's what I meant, virtual reality.
Yeah, I do VR gaming.
So when you're up, you're just moving and shit.
Oh yeah, I
And that helps move
have
the
a headset and everything.
So what kind of movie? I mean, what
You
kind of?
look so like your mind was blown.
Well, no, it's crazy. Well, I would never get into that or think to get into it, you know. But it sounds very interesting.
Well, I mean, you're gonna need like $1,000. Actually, there are different kinds of VR stuff.
Yeah.
But like the VR I have a
Is
Vive.
this one is just making it realistic so you can kill as many people as you want?
What are you talking about?
I'm
actually,
talking about the
to be
possibility that you're a chainsaw massacre killer. No, this is what
There's this game called. Shit, what's that game called? Oh, it's called Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades.
Oh wow.
Some people call it America Simulator. Where, it's basically a virtual shooting range where it just has a whole host of different firearms you can use.
Oh wow, that must excite a lot of people who hate Obama.
I guess. So yeah, I have a bunch of games here that I can. This is weird. I don't have any of these games installed on my computer, but these are the games that are like installed on my own. Wait, do I have? No, I'm pretty sure none of these games are
Man,
installed.
you had
on
a
my-
lot of names for a game.
Yeah, so like there are games that we can play.
What was that
are
one down there? Vicious something?
Vicious Cycle. I have no idea what that is.
You must have played it at one point.
Let's see. Have I played it? It usually says how much you've played it. Yeah, I don't think I played this game at all. I played Undertale. Yeah, see, this one I played 24 hours of Undertale. Vicious Cycle. Yeah, I didn't say I played. I have not played this game at all. I played 30 minutes of this.
Are
You're a
these
champ, I think.
virtual reality games?
This game is. This is virtual reality. This is VR chat I'm looking at.
You could chat with real people?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is so thrilling for the people who can't see what we're looking at. But yeah, VR chat.
Yeah, it's VR chat.
What else do I have?
What's
I'm
the
looking-
longest you've been in this state?
I think like Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades is the only other VR game I have. Oh no, I have a few other games. Pavlov VR. This is basically like if you ever heard of Counter Strike?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is basically a Counter Strike in VR. And then I also have Half-Life 2 VR.
But tell me, what's the longest you've been in a VR gaming scenario without breaking character at all?
What do you mean breaking character?
Well, without breaking like intensity with the game at all. You know, you're just like sucked into it.
I have no idea, man. for streaming this. Yeah. So yeah, if I want to play Half-Life, we can.
So you don't know the answer to that?
I don't know. Also have Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, cool. See, I know these games, but I never had them.
Final Fantasy IX.
I'm trying to think what I would play if I had grown up with video games.
I have.
Oh, you know what we had though?
What?
It was like 1 to 2 weeks of like heaven in our home, right?
Uh-huh.
We're not allowed to play video games, right?
Uh-huh.
We're not allowed to. It's fucked. So, our friends, or my dad's friends, dropped off an old ColecoVision, which is something that came out around the time of Atari, but was completely swamped by Atari, I think, in sales. And it must have just. But anyway, we had a ColecoVision. And we used to play those games nonstop. There was this game with fucking Smurfs going into tunnels with stalagmites and stalactites and like all these different obstacles you have to jump through. There was a baseball game. There was also Donkey Kong. And also one of the greatest games in the world, Q*bert. Have you ever played Q*bert?
I've never played Q*bert.
Yeah, it had Q*bert on there. I don't know. I love those games. So I feel like if I had games all my life, not just those 2 weeks. And why it's only 2 weeks is because it broke. That's the punchline. It's the fucking thing broke because I have a brother and 2 sisters, and we made shit break, man. That's what happens when you have a big family.
Yeah.
Right? My brother broke through a door once when we were in a fight. What else has been broken? Oh, my mom broke a door when we were in a fight once.
Alright.
And when me and her were in a fight, not anything else. There's no physical contact, of course, just yelling. And
wait, if you guys just yelling at each other, how do you break a door?
She slammed it.
Oh, okay.
So she slammed the motherfucker, and the glass just broke.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, she was really pissed off. And I was like 9 or 10, and I cried because I really liked it. And when the window was gone, I was like, no! I had this weird nostalgic like love for this window, I guess. And my reaction to it was very, very emotional. Very emotional.
Cool.
Yeah, it's super fun to have fighting.
Yeah. Going back to our setup,
Mm-hmm.
eventually we're gonna put like a green screen behind us. I don't know if it's gonna completely cover our background, but we'll just put it in the back.
Yeah, we'll be chilling in fucking Dubai and in the background, and you peasants will be fucking just watching it. Am I making the jokes too dark? Is that what's happening now? I'm not being an asshole. I'm just trying to be fun.
The jokes are not too dark.
They're not too dark? Okay, thank you. Oh, Jesus. You guys, of course, are not assholes. You're my dear friends, and it's awesome to have such a connection with the people who do Taubnernaut. That's why I'm trying to get this guy to do Instagram, but we'll see.
Oh, wait, what do you want me to do with Instagram?
Just fucking meet people, man.
Yeah,
Network. That's all you gotta do. Just you like somebody's music, and then say, "Dude, I like your music," and then get in a conversation.
It's still confusing.
Like 90% of my conversations started that way.
It's so confusing that there's so many people so many bands on Instagram.
Yes, it is very confusing. That's why you have to whittle it down to the ones you love. I look at 365 bands in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's like almost 2 a day. No, that's not right. That's only 1 a day, right? But still, I mean, listen, and plus you got to listen to the old stuff, right? You got to polish up on the old stuff, like Black Sabbath and like Led Zeppelin or any of the like rockers who played heavy music. Will do, you know. And like today, actually, I was listening to the Goldberg variations by Beethoven. No, I'm sorry, Bach did that. Do you ever do that? Like listen to classical music or go way out of the range of heavy metal?
I don't listen to classical music that much. I usually listen to, well, I'm not listening to metal. I usually listen to either like jazz or like,
yeah, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, or what you call it. Like, I've been listening to a lot of piano stuff.
Oh, cool.
For whatever reason, black metal sounds really amazing on piano.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting you say that because nobody does the Goldberg variations on a harpsichord.
What is the Goldberg variation?
Those are songs played. Composed by Bach.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing about them is that they're very mathematical. I guess you can break it down to like different shapes and symbols and different things. He was always trying to make a point with the way that he produced his music. Like many of his, one of his songs, the first few notes, the first 4 notes were the letters of his name, B-A-C-H. There's no H note, but a lot in written music on the paper itself, H was used instead of B, right?
What? I've never seen that before. I never heard that before.
Well, heard what before?
That H was used instead of B?
Yeah, H. And also, like for example, there's some use of the word F in England for B, I think. Yeah.
I never heard of that.
I could be wrong. Like the stuff I'm talking about is stuff I learned like 20 years ago when I was in let me tell you, ready folks?
Yeah.
I was in a small liberal arts school. Yeah. Fucking the most, even the fucking on the internet, the most stoner school in America is the school I went to. And the partying was like crazy, lots of people doing it. And it was basically like just study hard and play hard for like 4 years.
This camera
does that look good?
This camera is very sensitive to the light for some reason.
Okay, dude, we gotta wrap this shit up. I'm sorry. We're 15 minutes over. That's where my fucking lighter is.
Keep on rocking in the free world. Oh, you don't like rocking the free world? Why'd you go to communist China where they don't have any freedom?
Dude, I would never set foot in China. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
And I have people there who are my relatives, so. Not now, at least. What if we get into a war and we're stuck in China? Or we put in an internment camp with a bunch of Muslim agitators. Oh, fuck. I forgot we're recording this. No,
I
it's...
don't think it's gonna matter. It's fine.
Yeah. I've been in a really pessimistic mood lately. It's making me want to say really dark jokes. How do you cope with feeling blue?
I don't know.
I know you, and I feel like that's actually true. But you actually do it. It's like I think it's a good strategy to push your energy towards other things when you're not doing anything. Like your hobbies, things that are more than just a hobby. Like I feel like building guitars is more than a hobby, right?
What do you mean more than a hobby?
I feel like you'd like to sell some guitars,
I would like to, but like usually ends up happens. I make I do pretty good in the beginning, and somewhere along the line I fuck up, and then now it's just not something and the guitar ends up becoming something that I just don't feel comfortable selling it.
You got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it because fucking not Einstein, but fucking Thomas Edison. When he was trying to figure out the light bulb and get the filament, the little light or whatever, he had tried like hundreds and hundreds of ideas to make this happen. And like on one of the at 399 or something, that's when he got it. But you have to have all those failures first before you can have a success. I at least I think that. Because some people, they fail or they get knocked down by life and they just sit on the couch and look on their phone and
they get knocked down and they get up again. You never gonna keep us down.
What song is that?
It's Tum Thumping by Chumbawamba.
Tub thumping?
Tub Thumping.
Tub thumping. I like
by
that. We should play that.
Chumbawamba.
I wish we had access to music on this podcast.
We do, but we want to be able to hear it.
Yeah, it's the best. Okay, we.
All right. I'm no, wait, we're not done yet. I am Nathan Crumpler, the bass player.
And I am Vinny Taubner, the guitar player and the singer. Well, maybe because Nathan's it's a power grab. Is all I gotta say.
What are you talking about? What power grab?
You wanting to sing some of the songs, and I'm the really like overbearing like insecure guitar player, right? Well, you can't sing those songs like I can sing those songs.
Well,
no, I'm really not like that, but that a lot of people are.
Learn to sing the songs, and then you can sing the songs.
That's what he keeps saying, and I guess I'll have to prove him wrong.
Taubnernaut, signing out.
See ya.